Everybody, and welcome back to 3-2 Brew. We are currently 0-2 through our league. We are playing what I'm calling WUG Spechold or Advanced Spechold, focused around Quiet Spec and being a threshold deck. Kind of combine the two after watching some Quiet Spec videos. I don't own Mox Diamond, so you will not see Mox Diamonds in these videos. Probably better with a Mox Diamond, but in all honesty, it's a solid deck. It's needs some work, needs some tuning. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle to get it ready for the 29th, to be frank. But I think through some more testing and some of the matches you're about to see, I'm starting to get a feel for it by the outro. If you stick around for it, you hear me kind of ramble on a bit about my thoughts of where I like to take the deck. I'm hoping to spend a bit of time thinking on it. And I'm going to kind of mock up for the outro after match 6. I'm going to talk about the deck, the way it performed, and then I'm also going to talk about where I'm taking it. So I'm going to mock up a secondary version of it to be able to run through. The only difference between this deck that you're seeing here and the deck that's actually played in the league is that Moment's Peace is not in my sideboard because that card currently costs $5. And I don't feel like buying that. I have it in paper. I just ran a second Ray of Revelation. I think that it's good against aggro, which is why I have it in here. I can hit it with Quiet Speculation, which is, if you haven't seen it, a fantastically fun card to play. So yeah, I think we're going to try and give it a run, see how it plays, and just kind of roll with it. Let's hop on in. Righty, we are on the play here. I have not recorded my previous outro yet. But what I'm thinking is this deck just needs a little bit of work. I'm going to keep this, I'm going to bottom the forest. And let's just keep it running. I do think a bit of draw. I don't know if Mental Notes gets the job done or not, to be entirely honest. I'm curious if it does, but I'm just keeping my mind open to everything right now. That's an island. That's a Mox Diamond. Please tell me we're playing against Groatog. That would make my heart so happy. Great islands, by the way. Okay. That's fine with me. I wasn't going to do that anyway. All that I was going to do. Oh, I can't fetch. Oh, I forgot that shuts off the fetch lands. Oh, man. It's like a time walk. Another land drop, please. Thank you. We're secretly playing a green-white deck right now. No blue in here. Okay. Windswept Heath. Just gonna crack one. Go grab a Plains. Toss down a Warbear. Okay. They could definitely have a sweeper. It's a very real possibility. Not blind to that. Intuition. Let's see what they got cooking up over here. I always thought Intuition was like a really cool art for a card. Big old fact or fiction. Nothing but it. Intuition would be very good in this deck, but alas, I don't own an Intuition. So. Okay. Tap on out here. I'm gonna grab another forest. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to pay for a mana leak anyway. If they have one. And I'm just gonna play out Sylvan. If they want to counter it, they can. It takes them off the Foff for a turn. Nope. Very nice. They got their Foff here. Let's make a pile. Double swords. Tithe. I don't really care about Abeyance, actually. Okay. Go like that. Are these both Mirage lands? What a banger of a cycle, Mirage lands. Really are good. They look fantastic on MTGO as well. We know they got swords. Those Werebear can go anytime, anywhere. Probably a little scared of an Armageddon, which I do have, but I'm not really in the market for right now. Yep, there goes the Werebear. Okay. Get their Foth back, couple other items. Be nice here to go land. They got Mana Leak up. Womp womp. Okay. Okay. Yes, I will. Ooh. We're gonna put that on top, and we're gonna put that on top. So I think during their upkeep, I would like to get rid of their Mox Diamond. We have an upkeep stop set. I would not like to see your Mox Diamond anymore. It makes me sad that you have it. Man, Intuition would have really filled my graveyard up fast. Ooh, this card's very good. I'm personally in the camp of I would like to see Mox Diamond go, solely because it's not a lot of places allow proxies fully. So it can be a bit of a bummer in that regard. I am going to pay to keep that in hand. I would like to hit my land drops while clearing the top of my deck a bit. That's a bummer. I don't know what they're doing. I haven't seen a control deck with a Mox Diamond, so honestly, I wasn't quite prepared for a Decree of Justice. But alas, there it is. Bit of a shocker to me. Be sweet if I get instant speed, just blow them up. But we're just going to slam down a Call of the Herd. The graveyard's starting to get full. Imagine they daze me right here. Be a sad day. Be a real sad day. But is what it is. Can't play scared. I do have Gaia's Blessing so they can just shuffle more swords into their deck. Endless supply of swords. Got some green in the pool. I forgot they have Blessing. Blessing's a great card. Fantastic art too. Rebecca Guai. Wonderful. Sam Guai, one of my favorite modern artists. Not actually her daughter, I found out. I had no clue about that. That was a legitimate shock to me. Well, they don't have a cycle up. Did I forget to play a land last turn? I think I did. Oh, that's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. We're missing blue. This is really hurting us. Top, top. I was all hyped on grabbing that extra land. Just completely forgot about it. Waiting for an angel to make an appearance here. They could just do an angel the long way. Straight up cast it. Fetching. Oh, they're grabbing a tie. Very nice. Another great art. It's not a card you see played very much. I actually think it's quite good. It's not quite as good in this format, just because you can't grab certain things. But discard an island card. Okay. And step, very nice. And another gush. I don't know what I'm playing against. It's a really cool brew, though. Source of Plowshares. Okay. I'm not that mad about that. It's also in my deck, so it's like a pseudo game plan. But we'll have to take some damage here potentially. That's like the worst possible draw. Oh, I'm just gonna put that into hand. That was the worst possible land I could draw. You love to see it. You love to see it. It's a beautiful thing. Show me the money. Top. Do everything in my power to not play this flooded, to not crack this flooded strand. Don't really have a reason at the moment. Swords. Yep, that's fine with me. Next turn, Meddling Mage. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're probably just going to counter it, but I'm not that mad about it. See what else we got stacked under here. Okay. Do I want the Trevor's Ruins later? I actually think I do. Pay to keep that in hand. And I'm just going to pass. I don't know how they win. So I'm going to just chill on it for a bit, see what their game plan is. Mox Diamond. Yep, can't do anything about it anyway. We're starting to hit the point where like Mana Leak's just not really that good. Solely from the way this game's playing out. Second Mage. Quite nice, actually. Again, I'm just doing everything I can to avoid having to fetch with these suckers. I kind of like the top of my deck at the moment. Stick a Mage on swords. Something like that. Okay. I'm assuming by now they have some sort of cycle nonsense. Top. Fortunately, we are going to shuffle that away, but I would like a backup. Meddling Mage. Slam this down. Off. Foil. Abeyance. Go like that. It's a nice pile. I don't know what their win con is yet. Got the foil. Power tool. Huh. Didn't know that worked that way. Okay. This is like a Bant control deck. Sort of what the Mox Diamonds allow you to do. That is a cool part of them in the format. Is like if you have a Mox Diamond, your life becomes like significantly better. Because you can play fun brews and stuff like that more efficiently. Since there's so much graveyard stuff in this format, it just makes total sense. But yeah, I haven't. I just don't have the financial means to buy myself some diamonds. I'm okay with that. Another land here would be nice. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yes, I would. We can put you on top and you on top. We can hang out. Can't fetch anyway. Can't do nothing. See if they cycle Decree here. Nope. The Saba's Web doesn't do a whole lot against us. We don't have any tech lands in our deck. Another Mana Leak. Yes. Top. Not gonna be able to play both right now. White blue for another Meddling Mage. Foiled a long way. That's fine. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get out of this situation, but we'll do our best for it. This deck's not performing as I would like it to be quite frank, and that's okay. Can't win them all. All right. No response. Yes, I would like to use that. Again, we're going to put top. I just want to hit my land drops here really badly. I'm going to go quiet spec. See what I can snag out of my library here. I know I got the call in the back here, but I got Ray, deep analysis, call. Say done. Any order. Could deep analysis here, but I think I prefer to just chill and oh wait, no, cancel. Undo. I always forget that only hits on enchantments. Give me Ancient Grudge or give me Death. Yeah, the mana leaks are dead. That's why I'm not a huge fan of them. You get the late game and it's just like a waste of time almost. So is this Parfait? Have I just been playing against Parfait and I didn't realize that this whole time? Yes, I'll use that. Ooh. You don't say. Um Top. I actually top. We go one here. Then I say we flash back a call. Oh no, we can't. No, hold on. What I can do is flashback a deep analysis. Excuse me? Yep, flashback deep analysis. Alright. We're getting low on life, don't get me wrong. But if we could blow all their lands up. Scroll rack here. Card I own like one or two copies of, but I've never actually had to play with. Looks like a lot of fun. Play with it in EDH, but that's just not as fun. So, gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. We gonna cycle decree here? Time. Okay. So they're kind of doing what the heck is that called? Land tax the long way. Like a parfait land tax deck. Interesting. Cool idea. Okay, they're way ahead here. No response. Yes, I would. Top. Top. I'm going to first phase. Again. Scroll racking in response. We're in an awkward position. We did take a lot of life. I kind of understand what they're doing now, though. I'm a little higher on it, I guess. But yeah, I just think that we need to kind of churn through the deck a bit more. But not 100% sure on that. Both. Armageddon. Swords to Plowshares. Split it 2-2. It's still double mocks. 2-3, sorry. Okay, any order? That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Get in with the goose, that's always loose. And we're looking pretty good. They have land drops, obviously, off their FOF. I would love to fit FOF into this deck. Don't know how I'd do it, but I'd love to do it. One more land and Mana Leak is live again. I think is quite the treat. Soon we're going to get a shuffle back in here. Yeah, from a Gaia's Blessing. Give me a land off the top. Let me Mana Leak my way to the win here, please. Swords is not a bad pickup. Yes. Ooh. Top. Attack. Well, if they have a Wrath here, no, it's gonna be sad. But I'm gonna play the second goose out. A, the goose is loose, and B, it's a legitimate clock. It gives us a turn less, I should say. Tough engine to beat, though. Shroud's huge. Nimble Mongoose has quickly become one of my more favorite cards to play. I have thought about making this deck revert back to a true green-white state, but I also think like considering running a 3 quiet spec, even with a smaller amount of spec targets like we have in this deck, could still be really, really good. The 2 spec, you just don't find it all the time, sadly. So, gotta find the right mix for the deck, though. Haven't quite found it yet. Wow, it's a Wrath. That's a tough one. It's a tough one to swallow. Okay. Show me the money. Yes, that hurts. I'm just gonna scoop. I'm not getting out of this. I tried to bank on it. Couldn't quite get there, sadly. But that's okay. Hit the sideboard. Null's going to be a big part of this. Crumble's going to be a big part of this. Hidden Gibbons is going to be a big part of this. Here, Rays come out. Disenchants. We have so much to fight them on. I don't even want to worry about it. They go big mana. I just don't know if Mana Leak's really worth my time. I've become much lower on Mana Leak than I have in previous runs. I think that cutting a Roar and a Quiet spec, as well as... I don't really want to cut a Roar. I'll just run 62. Let's just run 62. The reason I'm cutting the Quiet spec is I got rid of Array, and I wanted to get rid of the Roar. It's a little bit too much of a gamble in this situation. So I thought it made the most sense to get down a spec as well. Keep. Can lead on Gibbons. There's a huge plus for us. Gibbons into Furnace holding up a Null. That's a nice day. Obviously, they can always Swords the Gibbons. But Gibbons is fantastic. I think it's a great sideboard tech. Picked one up off of a homie up here. Play set of them. Originally for Broccoli Soup, I just never really wanted to actually get out and play Broccoli Soup. So we're going to have a bit of time to set up here. Brushland's I did not mean to play Brushland, actually. I meant to play Island there. I got so excited. But it's okay. Holding up the Crumble. That way, if they get a Scroll Rack online, we can just delete it. I can see into the future. That's a great pickup. Now we can go Warbear. Okay. Keep it pushing. I like this position a lot that we're in. It's feeling a lot better. Having the Annul here is a nice bit of safety as well. Okay. I'm just going to get in with the Warbear. Yeah. Get in with the Warbear. Hidden Gibbons. Okay. So we're in for 5. Okay. Upkeep. Eat the Abeyance. We have an Annul. Okay. Swords for the Gibbons. Wrath of God. That's A-okay with me. Worse things have happened on my watch before. Okay. Now we get to develop right like this. This lets us keep all of our mana up. Eat the graveyard. It's fine with me. They slam something here, I can try and fight it on the Annul axis. That's actually not a terrible pickup for the old Annul. Let's see what Sylvan can produce for us. Another Gibbons. Mom never catches him. He's just too snaky. That is a Wild Boys reference. If you haven't ever seen that, I cannot recommend it enough. I'm going to go all out here. Slam that down. Eat the bottom of their library. Or the bottom of their graveyard. Gibbons are just too snaky. Yep, Gush. Saw that with a double float main phase. Making Wrath. Making Swords. GG's. Alrighty. Well, we took down at least one game. I don't know if we got a game yet, but it felt good. I don't think there's anything I really want to cut out of it. Quiet Spec is more of a backup plan here, and we have extremely minimal targets, literally only 3 left, so we'll see how this goes. Beyond the draw, let's see if we can get where we need to get going. Good opening hand. That's a 10. I'm going to lead Givens. I fear no God. My God is the Givens. I was born and raised in the Givens. Okay. I don't hate playing this like this. Quiet Spec Axe? You want to wake the Gibbons up? No. Okay. Alrighty. Perfect. Threshold started off early. A little fun of one of. Making a little appearance for us. We don't have white for the Mystic Enforcer. Worst things have happened in my life. But I like to get the Swords of Plowshares up and run as well. Love to get a Call of the Herd going. We can crumble if they want to play a rack or a Mox Diamond. Really a rack I'm more interested in hitting. Mox Diamond's not bad though. 1 for 1. Actually, really it's a 1 for 2 encounter. We didn't see any Vores out of them. Not much green mana, so I'm not expecting that. I don't know what their win con is. Maybe I should have played it out. I guess... What do they have, actually? I forget game 1 already. Okay. Fetching up their colors. Their beautiful lands. Gosh. There's my boy. Bring him up. Bring him up. Mox Diamond. Sweeper? Top? Oh, deep analysis. Second Mox. Swords? Gotta be a swords in there, right? Okay. I got nothing better to do than beat them up. And crumble their Mox. Legitimately, I mean, I guess I could flashback Quiet Spec. I meant to hit the untap one, but I was actually looking down here when I did it. I just clicked up in this general region. Wasn't my brightest moment. Yep. Crazy they're tithing off of me right now. Gush is so powerful. But it takes him down a land. Puts me a little bit more on par with him. Aura of Silence. Okay. This is no longer an enchantment. That is relevant text. That's painful. Not having the white mana for that. I'm going to beat in here. I'm actually going to flashback this deep analysis. Kind of at the point where I have to. Needs me some white mana. Foil would be devastating here. Never punish. 4 damage is just so much. They're flashing back deep analysis. They got cooking up over there. Gaia's Blessing. Okay. I'm definitely gonna play this Meddling Mage. I think I name Wrath of God. Definitely naming Wrath of God. Let's get in here. Hidden Gibbons. Okay. Mongoose first. Big paws. Still gonna do it. I mean, if they have the foil, they have the foil. It's not a whole lot I can do about it. Could have held back the Nimble Mongoose. I understand that. I have a follow-up Call to Herd. I'm gonna name Wrath of God if it gets in. Okay. Foil it is. Here comes Wrath of God. And then I slam Mystic Enforcer. I need 7. I'm gonna slam Call the Herd into Mystic Enforcer. Okay, a Swords. Alright. So be it. My swords. Nimble Mongoose gets in. Ja, 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 ja. Yep, decree. Thank God we only have 3 swords in our hands. Unreal. They have another foil. It's crazy. Thank God. Okay. Second main, I can play out my call. Still have a backup Mystic, at least. Bath. Swords. Deep Analysis. I don't know what they took. They didn't take the swords. They probably have an answer. Pitch Trevor's Ruins. No, they did take the swords. Sorry. That is some nice money right there. We're going to get a vintage legacy. 2005 legacy win right now. GG's. Well, we got to win. Hey, I'm not mad about that. I'm glad to see it, honestly. So we are 1-2 through the league. Let's try and get another win. Well, we are into the match here. I'm not on the play, which I've been on the play quite a bit this league. I know I complained about it with the pre-fire, which came out after this. I was on the draw a lot. But I've been on the play a lot, so I'm excited to take it on the draw. A lot of my gold fishing is done on the draw. I expect to be on the draw. I don't win many rolls, to be fair. Duress here. Yep. Go ahead. Snag my Mana Leak or my Armageddon. Mana Leak's a short-term issue. Geddon is a long-term issue. I'm not doing anything crazy. Just hanging out here. Playing a little bit of Bant Threshold. No need to worry about me. I'm actually okay with Duress most of the time. Obviously, there's some great stuff. Like, if I had a Sylvan, I'd be kind of bummed about it. But I personally like to lean towards, we're trying to fill our graveyard up anyway. There was a debate there to not lead Meddling Mage, or not to lead on Forest, because we have Meddling Mage now. But I want to develop this Warbear, get it out there. If they remove it. Mystic Enforcer is going to be an absolute house here. I want to develop that as soon as possible with protection into an Armageddon. It's got Pro Black. It gets around pretty much everything in their deck. I'm assuming this is a rock. I really like the green, black, white rock that was going around for a little while. It's a cool deck. Again, we just don't have the mana for it. Duress, grab that Geddon. Doing the threshold for me. Next turn. Oh, okay. What are they going to hit here? What do you think? Melee Mage? Warbear. Okay. So we've just had our hand stripped away from us. That's a good pickup. See whatever. Hopefully they play something out here we can swords away. I'm assuming this is rock, so I'm expecting them to develop some nastiness. Wall of Blossoms, yeah, that's a draw engine. I'm gonna respect that. Yeah. I thought about playing cycling lands in this deck, but it just wasn't really my thing. Probably grab Mystic Enforcer here. Yep. I'm gonna fetch, go grab myself the plains. I'm actually gonna give info away. Play this down. Meddling Mage naming, I think, Recurring Nightmare. Make them sort of deal with that, see how that goes. Man, that's a cool land. What beautiful art. Okay, Baloth. I'm just going to swords it. We should sack it. For sure. Good call. Okay. And I'm just going to get in here. So the melee mage. Beat in. No land plus a whatchamacallit would be pretty nasty here. The Hermit? It is. Okay. Well, we just went Hermit the long way. Nothing I can do about that. And I'm just finding lands, unfortunately. Probably going to pay for Hermit here. Yep. They're going to get a nice beating for 8. I'm not going to worry about it. We need something big and beefy here to deal with this. I'm going to let the squirrel tokens get in. I'm going to fetch the Thin. I really don't want to draw a land here. Treetop Village is a world of pain. I'm just going to grab 2 more lanes. I don't really have much use for Island at the moment. Call's a nice pickup. It's a very nice pickup. Okay. We can lay a block down. We can lay 2, actually. 1 treetop. 1 squirrel. In for 6. And then if they do have Recurring Nightmare, I don't even know if I have a window, actually. I can't remember. I think returning it to your hand's part of the activation cost. Vendetta. That's a tough one. So if I block here, it is going to be 6 plus 3. That's GG's. All right. Taking an L here. What do we care about? Ray of Rev will be good here. Gibbons is probably not good. Furnace will be good. And Disenchant's good. They have so much hand hate, I am lower on Geddon. Actually, probably just no Geddon. A lot of this stuff we're happy to drop. I'm going to drop a Mana Leak as well. Pull this in, see how it runs. We get to play here, at least. I like this. It's a nice little tempo game plan. I'm going to lead on Yavimaya Coast so I can Nimble Mongoose and then hold up Windswept Heath for either Mana Leak or Swords to Plowshares. I will say making this deck Bant is kind of ugly in many ways. But curious as to how this is going to work out for me. Pull down a little Nimble Mongoose, see what they want to do about it. Probably have Duress. There it is. No big deal. We have the swords for when we need the swords, at least for the moment. That is a fantastic pickup. And I'm going to play a land. Slam here. I'm super glad this is on top of my deck and not in my opening hand. Still going to be a great way to get back off of this discard plan they have. They play a wall, I'm going to respect it, and I will swords it. It becomes a very nasty Recurring Nightmare target later on. No response. Let's see what we get off the top here. Sort of love all these options, but I'm going to hide this on top, hide this on top. We have a great plan to develop here. I'm going to fetch planes, swords, beat in with a goose, make sure that everybody knows that we're loose. And then I'm going to play Warbear. Next turn, we can deep analysis the long way. Flash it back the next turn if we want. We get a ton of options. Treetop is going to be a real bugger for me. Vendetta takes out the Warbear. Okay. No response. Oh, I forgot we fetched. Ooh. I have no way to discard that. Top, top. Play that. Get some beats in here. It's really completely forgot that I fetched that away. That mucks up the game plan real bad. I'd love to see just like a random early investment into something here. I know F-Balls, Fran, did a really good recent rock video. Rock holds a close place in my heart. I really enjoy the archetype. It's very, it's very affordable. It's an attainable archetype, with the exception of druids. But at the same time, druids are, only two cards in the deck that are really worth a whole lot. I guess if you buy Recurring Nightmare like the proper way, it becomes a little bit messier, but I still enjoy it. That's exactly what I wanted them to do. Oh, this is coming up wheelhouse. That's beautiful. That was a great trade for us. Let me clear the top of my deck here a little bit. Put that on top. Put that in hand. Play that. We're almost at threshold, which is nice. Obviously, Treetop Village is a real issue, but we're getting close at least. Yeah, I think I just need to churn the deck a bit more. I gotta figure out how to do that. It's hard to build this type of deck with like a Xerox plan in mind. I think at least. Graveborn Muse, that's a great pickup. I'm just gonna fetch here to clear the top. I'm gonna go get a non-painful island. Would love to find me a quiet spec here. Okay, no response. That's not a bad pickup either. Put that on top. Put this into my hand. Fetch here. Go grab second planes. I'm going to present this as a trade. See if they want to bite on it. Looks like I just set up threshold. And then I'm going to follow up with a Warbear. No protection on it, don't get me wrong. They're going to be taking a ping off of the Graveborn Muse. Warbear's a real beater now. If I find a Swords of Plowshares, I can take care of that Treetop Village. Our opportunities, or at least we're starting to open up some real possibilities here, I should say. Something I really enjoy about this deck. But yeah, I've never played with Mental Note. I've played a little bit with Careful Study. So I'm a little bit more attuned to it, but I do like that Mental Note moves at instant speed. And I think that we have enough stuff where we don't mind if we mill stuff over, but I don't know. I gotta think about it a bit. I don't own Mental Notes, something I should probably be purchasing regardless, in all honesty. But we are at a low life total right now due to the Sylvan Library. Ball therapy. You get to see my brushland. I hope you enjoy it. What do they even name there? Family. Okay. Smother. Yep, nothing I can do about that. They can get in here if they want. They do. Much respect, much respect. We are losing this race. If we don't find a second threat here, we're actually forced to block. No response. Yes, I would like to use its ability. Huge. Top. Top. Slam. Chip. I mean, they could have a pernicious deed or something to deal with it, but for now, I'm safe. Could also have naturalize. That would very simply deal with it. But they are like slowly pinging away on board currently. It's a downside of Graveborn Muse. If they find they would need quite a bit. Pernicious deed. Ah, that gets rid of my Nimble Mongoose. Womp womp. They can deal with that at least. They can get in here for 2, or sorry, for 3. They get pinged down, then they can clear my Nimble Mongoose if their heart desires it and kill me. Do they want to get rid of the worship in case I draw a second one? It's a real question mark. Swords of Plowshares. Put that back. Put that back. I think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead regardless here. We'll see if we can bluff our way out, but I doubt we will. No flashback creatures. Would have loved to have found a flashback creature here. No dice. Let's see if they boot up both or not. If they do, I lose. Yeah, they have enough here. GG's. GG's. Alrighty. Well, lost to the Rock, sadly. But we lost 0-2. Yeah. Deck's not feeling great. Let's talk about it. Alright, everybody. So we are currently 1-3 through the league. It's not looking great for us. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it is. It's a really tough situation to be put in currently in terms of how I want to construct it. And also just like my view of this deck at the moment. The one thing that I'm kind of grappling with here is the fact that I have to play a tournament in a handful of days, about 11 days, which isn't a super short amount of time, but I want to spend time with my wife and we got the holidays coming up and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out a deck that I would enjoy and be able to play out. And I enjoy this deck, but I want to take it. This is a tournament with like a Mox Diamond as a prize. I'm not a big guy about, winning tons of money or nothing. But when I show up to an event like this, I like to try and spike because everybody else is. So I like to get like into like the same flavor as everyone else. So I try to play something that wins. Last time I went to a Mox tournament, I top 8'd. I played Moneyball Black, which is another deck I could pick up still and probably pilot pretty well. I enjoy that deck, but I wanted to try something else here. I think one of the major things that we're missing is Nimble Mongoose feels good, as does Worship when I can get it to resolve. The mana leaks in this deck are something I think I'd like to cut. I don't like the way they play. I think they play supremely poor. They're such a liability. The Armageddons are good, but they're not great. I don't know if I want 2 of them or not. Mystic Enforcer can feel like a huge lift. In the matchup where Worship's bad, often Mystic Enforcer's bad. Warbear, I'd probably like to see a 4 of because it's such a good late game. Meddling Mage, is it good enough for the main board? I don't know. It's a tough position. I think what I'm thinking about definitely is cutting a mana leak. Cutting all the mana leaks and either replacing it with Mental Note or really, I mean, Mental Note's not bad, but at the same time, Careful Study pretty much does the exact same thing with just card selection. The only downside is it doesn't move at instant speed, which is a bit of a bummer. But we do currently have 3, 4, 5, 6 main deck flashback, which isn't a huge amount of stuff, but it's good enough to be good with the Mental Note setup. But I think I'm going to definitely do that swap. Part of me thinks about just not respecting artifacts really at all in the main deck and solely running like a Factor Fiction or something. I know another 4-drop's kind of stupid, but I might just run it out and see how it works. Part of me thinks we drop a Meddling Mage for a Werebear as well, since it's so good late game. Or maybe we drop a Mystic Enforcer for another Werebear. Thought about just going for Mage, for Werebear, for Nimble Mongoose. But I think I'll add another Werebear and drop a single Mystic Enforcer when I actually play the proper version of this. I'm also going to test with 22 lands, which would allow me to slot in a Factor Fiction without compromising too many of my creatures, which is something else I'm kind of interested in. I'd probably still drop a Mystic Enforcer for a Werebear and then maybe run a full set of Meddling Mage. Not 100% sure yet. That would also allow me to keep a Disenchant in. The sideboard's feeling good, though. I have Moments of Peace here because that's what I'm going to play with. I know we're playing with Second Ray of Revelation at the moment, but Moments of Peace is what I bought and will play at the tournament if I play this deck. Feels great. I think the Null's in a good position. Crumble felt really good against Diamond decks. Hidden Gibbons is fantastic against any kind of Xerox deck. Furnace felt good. We haven't played any red, really, so Warmth isn't really fear, but I do enjoy the way Warmth plays. I think Aura is not a terrible setup either. So I'm very interested. I think I got to do some testing post-league and see how this runs with a couple of swaps made to it. I'm going to test a 22 land variant. I'm going to test a 23 land variant, especially with swapping out mana leaks for more of a setup and more Warbears to be able to get early rocks on, essentially, would be huge. So yeah, I'm going to kind of, I could also, if I went down to 22 lands, cut a Disenchant, I could cut a Mystic Enforcer, so I would be down 3 cards. Do I need to go that low? No, I only need to cut 2 cards. So I could cut a Disenchant and a land. 1 Mystic Enforcer, go up to 4 Werebear, add in a Factor Fiction, and add in... what was I thinking of? My brain's blanking now. Gosh darn it. It's a little late, to be honest. So, I'll remember at some point. I'll scream it out in the middle of the match, probably. But there's a couple different paths I could take with this, essentially. So I'm excited to see how we wrap this up, but I definitely got some ideas of where I want to take the deck, and that's kind of what this league, unfortunately, was used for, was a testing purpose. So I'm not going to be Mr. Uber competitive in this league, but I'm getting a decent feel for the deck. I like how it plays. It's a fun time. So yeah, appreciate you all for tuning in. This has been 3-2 Brew. Until next time, cheers.